Hello guys, welcome back to 1870 Blues. Yes, it's been a while. It's been a very nice break, I would say, from consistent Everton videos. When I look at me, when I'm looking me worst and straight after a 12-hour shift or just out of my day-to-day life, and it's been nice to just not really a pressure to do it, but a real uh, a real time away from the game, even though I still obviously go and check up on any latest Everton news, transfer rumours and whatnot. And if you know me by now, I don't. I think maybe I did try it last season. I can't recall, but I think I'm pretty sure I've done videos in the past about transfer rumours, this, and that. And to me, I can't actually be asked doing that. I think there's other YouTube accounts and shows and Twitter feeds that you can go and see other people's opinions. I think with me, I'm more of a realist, and if you are an Evertonian, then 99% of them reports aren't true, or just a load of shite, and you're thinking, well, how is that going to work with FFP? Why the hell would that player come here when they've got offers for this, and that? And just crazy sometimes. We've bought the crazy, like the James Rodriguez, appointing a Carlo Ancelotti, other players who probably wouldn't think be coming to this club. But relatively, Everton don't seem to get players like that and exciting prospects and that. We always do tend to get let down. Um, so I don't really want to speak about it because till it's concrete that we have an actual interest or we have put a bid in or the player wants to come to us with very highly reliable sources like the ones on TV and stuff, and uh, you know not just a newspaper report or this random guy off Twitter saying something, then I won't report on it and give my opinion on it because I'm just basically wasting my time. Let's just be honest. But we have, and also if you wonder why I'm in this Everton top, I have a potential. It's not concrete. Uh, just had an interview, but it could have, in my eyes, could have been a bit better. But it is what it is. I think there's only so much you can show. I don't want to always over. I be myself, but when it comes to whatever this project is, I it's a different environment, and I will be a lot more open. I think it's always a bit not the same kind of vibe when you're like just talking to someone on a camera. But yeah, listen, I'm not gonna say any more. This is potentially something very exciting for me to get involved with. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, and I will, be my biggest critic. It could have been a really good opportunity for me, but listen, you can only give what you can give, and maybe, yeah, we'll just have to see where it goes. But listen, I know it's 3 minutes in, and I haven't spoken about it yet, but I will dive into it now. It's been confirmed that Everton have signed Ashley Young. We've had this on the agenda for the past week or so. That we have been interested in. He's had several other clubs going in for them, which is obviously something that there's a lot of fans out there who are laughing at us and our own fans embarrassed about signing a 38-year-old player, just turned 38. It shows where we are and whatnot. But you know what? Listen, there's other Premier League clubs going for them, so I wouldn't say there's too many teams out there who are in a worse state than us in the Premier League. So, you've got to take the positives out of it. European clubs as well. Yes, it could be a team from Poland or something in a league which no one really watches. Um, Championship clubs as well who are trying to go up. So he still has an importance about him. Um, you know, I've learnt more that he kept Matty Cash out the team and Luca Dean, ironically, out the team. For Aston Villa last season, he finished seventh. He played about 29 games, I think. 23 started. And to be honest, whenever I've watched him, you wouldn't think you're watching a 37-year-old when he was. Um, and even on his days at United and Inter Milan, he just still looked fresh. Obviously, you can't help but think of his age, but like he said, age is just a number. And I think he scored a great goal away at Nottingham Forest last season, which was, a phenomenal goal. And he still has a very good part to play. He's versatile as well. Because at first I was looking at this going, listen, we've got rid of Maitland now, Smith or something, whatever his name was. I don't really fully know too much about the kid, but um, yeah, he was very promising. He's obviously left for Man City, which is something we could massively regret. Niels and Konku, and there was another player as well who we've I can't think of his name on the top of my head, but we've basically let go of three players in the same position, and we've replaced them with a very older player, which shows how, I wouldn't say how much of a fail our academy is at the moment. It is, but we are selling players. I can't remember that other player. It's going to piss me off, but we saw that we're selling players to bigger teams. So maybe, yeah, maybe we're in that situation right now financially that we'll take any money that we can get for anyone. But yeah, Ashley Young to me is a very smart signing in any case anyway. Like I said, he's hungry, which is exciting because you want players to play for your team who is hungry to prove them, well, not prove themselves, but to just make a difference for the team, be a part of the team, and impress. And yeah, I think it's to me it's a very good signing. A few years ago we've been absolutely kicking off on this channel about signing a 38-year-old, but I think where we are and where we're at, like we've got after these little, astute signings, which I don't think we're obviously taking notice now because of his age, but throughout the season, I think we're going to realise how important he is, hoping he doesn't get injured a lot. And yeah, like I said, he's there to fill a space in the team if someone's injured, or if he impresses more in training, he'll jump straight into the team. He said he doesn't care. He feels better than ever, and he can play a lot of games. He can play as many games as the manager wants him to. And to me, that's a positive thing, and it's not just that. He's an older player. He's been there and done that. He's won many of things, and he will have an effect on his team and the youngsters. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with that. Obviously, this is not something I want to just completely end now, and this is it. Let's start with the new season. Our squad is very thin, and yeah, you know what I mean. It's more additions are really required at the moment. So going on to the transfer news now, or furthermore transfer news, that it's come out that Alanga is a target for Everton. Fabrizio Romano has put on his Twitter, but now it's come out on Sky Sports News, and yeah, it's confirmed that we have a general interest with him, for him, sorry, and many other players in attacking positions. Obviously slightly concerned about the strikers. It seems like we're going in for a lot of wingers. We've obviously news that Damari Gray has had interest for him over in Saudi Arabia, which is something we can get about 25 million for him after spending about a million or 2 million, 3 million on him back in the day or a few seasons ago. And yeah, making a profit on a player obviously looks good on our financial books as well. And he's a player who's very inconsistent. Damari Gray, there's moments I love him, and there's moments I just think, what are you doing? Why can't you find the form you normally do? Why can't you find the quality when you possess it and you don't do it enough? So maybe it's something that we have to take a risk and let him go and make the money, and like I said, improve and build a Sean Dyche type of side, hard to beat, but also have quality at the attacking end. And listen, that's probably a goal for every manager, to be honest. But yeah, stuff like that. I think we need to recruit more than enough players to change this team, this mentality of this team, and improve the quality of the team. And I think we're gonna have to take a few gambles of selling the likes of Damari Gray and that. And I think overall it will be good for the club and good for himself, obviously, to make himself financially stable for the rest of his life. Yeah, and there's no pressure for him to try and jump into the England team if he ever wanted to, because now he's obviously signed up to play for the Jamaican national team, and he's done quite well for them. So good luck to him if anything does transpire. But yeah, Other rumours of Gianotto or Gnotto or Notto, I don't know how to say his name, from Leeds United, the winger, the 19-year-old Italy international, showed flashes last season of a very, very promising looking player. The fee is mentioned about 19 to 22 million. Maybe this is the only way we're going to get him is if we sell Damari Gray, but like I said, it's a risk again. Not totally convinced on him yet, but has showed promising signs. And listen, he's only 19, but yeah, it's still, as an Everton, you still worry about the little risk factor and all of it. So, yeah, there's another player as well. Uh, Leeds. God, who else we're going for? Well, we was after Rodrigo as well, and he's obviously went to Qatar. Um, there's one more player. I can't think of his name, and if I see his name after it, I mean, there's another player, Diaby, I think. I know someone from Almeria. I forgot his name again. I should have wrote the names down. Went after him, but they're giving like a 40 million price tag, which is, it's a risk. It's a player who's never played in the Premier League. It's just one of them again. I think the team behind us now, Kevin Fairwell, who I'm totally not convinced about yet. Still, really need to. I mean, they should have been looking at names before the end of the season. I'm far from that. From straight after the January transfer window shut. Um, I'm assuming they have, because you've got to have to scout your players to then have a report and then have a see, make a short list basically, and then basically see who's going to fit and help and improve this team. Um, and then another name which I just remember now, Danjuma, the player I absolutely ranted about on a video at the end of the January transfer window when he made the U-turn to decide to go to Tottenham. Um, Karma on his behalf that it hasn't worked out, and just a bit annoyed that we're going back in for him, to be honest. I think if you listen, he's not an Everton supporter. Every player in this team right now isn't a full on Everton supporter, probably apart from Seamus Coleman, maybe Pickford in an argument. Um, I'm not expecting players to just absolutely die to come here. We're not in a great position, this and that. Tottenham is more of a lucrative offer. Champions League football at the time they was in. Better stadium, better team at the moment. On the way up, he's probably, doesn't want to make too much of a drop down from, listen, we are still a Premier League club, but we was fighting relegation, and, he's just been playing for Villarreal and got team of the season in the Champions League. And it's just the way he's gone on about it. And I just didn't like, Tottenham are there to try and improve themselves, and listen, they went in for the player and he accepted it, and I was very angry at the time just because of, it just doesn't look good on him. And it didn't, it's just, I don't like anyone turning us down and basically fucking us off, but we're going in for him again, and I'm not really convinced. And rumours of that it's a loan signing, which isn't the worst in the world. Do you know what I mean? We are very much a loaning type of club of bringing players in on loan, like we've always done it. But I'm just not convinced with them. But listen, surely he's better than Mopé, which is, there's still a few players in this team that I'm not fully convinced of will have a future. Gomez has joined on tour. Gabaman says he doesn't want to play for us again, even though we've been treating him non-stop. At the end of the day, he's just not built for the Premier League, it seems. Many players have come back, and we're just trying to, rumours of Holgate leaving, which would be fantastic. We've already got rid of Tom Davis and a few others. Well, Tom Davis kind of rejected us, but at the end of the day, we should have never tried to offer him another contract, because at the end of the day, he's 24 and he hasn't done much. Maybe he does more in the background of Everton and being one of the lads in the changing room that you need and stuff. But yeah, it's best for him to move on, and many others as well. We're gonna have to improve. We're gonna have to, the likes of Cody giving us messages about Everton, how he's thankful for us and all that kind of stuff. We've lost Yerry Mina, so every area on the pitch needs an improvement, but there's big seasons up and coming for the likes of Tom Cannon, um, coming from the academy, just like Ellis Sims. Well, Ellis Sims now has moved on to Coventry. There's been so much going on, but I think slowly, even though you've got the likes of Bill Kenwright and that's still at the club, slight improvements are starting to be made. More clever decisions. Obviously, this will, whatever happens from now to the end of the transfer window, my opinion could change on that. And from now till the end of this current season, my opinion might change on that. But from what I'm seeing up to now, it's gradual improvements. But we're basically just trying to clean up the mess of what this club has done. So the people involved in this club who have left and that, and some are still here, their mess, we're just trying to clean up at the moment. And listen, there's going to be some decisions where not every Evertonian is going to agree, but yeah, it's a tough one. It's just one of them where I'm just accepting whatever's happening now is going to happen. Onana could still leave, which I'm not too bothered about. He's got certain qualities about him which I like, but then there's other, he's still got a lot to learn, and I just don't think we're going to have the time to. I think we just need immediate changes now to this club. I don't think we're that settled as a club to be pushing on academy prospects and young players who've joined the club for big fees. And for Tom Cannon, this could not be. He could easily get sold or go and loan somewhere else again, because I just think we need immediate change now. And I think the likes of bringing Ashley Young in is an immediate change, and immediate player who's going to make this club better and the team better for just being here. But yeah, other news as well, which we've all found out today, and I was going to probably bring it up at the start of the video, just thought I'd get the main content of the video out. But yeah, woke up this morning and checked the news, and obviously it was reported, well, it wasn't reported, it was a 45-minute video of Dele, the Everton midfielder that's come back from Besiktas. Has come out with all his reasons behind of his drop off in form in the past 4 or 5 years. Every question that has been asked about Dele Alli has been answered in this 45-minute interview. We don't believe, because he said in his own words that he's had childhood trauma. He's had a lot, which a lot of us over the past year or two have questioned more now of, is he mentally okay? Is he is he okay? Because it gets to the point where you kind of have these judgments and ideas on what that person is like, and you kind of just, you see a few reports and then you label him in a certain way, and we all do it to a certain extent. And if it's affecting your team, if it's affecting England, having quality players for potential, for World Cups, and just also that it's your own, it's our own country's player. He's one of the stars in the Premier League, and then all of a sudden he's dropped off like that. You do jump to assumptions, and obviously what you see in the media and stuff, you can paint the picture's already painted of what you think of that person. But obviously when time goes by and it still carries on, and he's getting all these moves to different clubs, and it comes to us as well, you start thinking, is he actually okay? And there's actually more than what you see in the tabloids and that. So, and he's explained it all, everything where we could have come out a lot sooner. But like I said, mental health, when it's really bad, it does things to you. And also just the stigma around men. Not It's obviously progressed in years with people coming, footballers coming out and footballers being open and honest about things and stuff. It's becoming a more open and honest society in general. Um, we could have come out a lot earlier than this, but he never, he didn't feel like he had to, and he was kind of ignoring that this is happening, and he didn't want to open up, and it's this egotistical kind of thing as well, and also being a man, um, and it could have swayed his career further down the drain. So yeah, it's a massive moment for him. It's a massive moment for football in general. And yeah, I'm just happy for him to get this off his chest. He's obviously done this for a number of weeks in the USA and stuff for therapy, and just trying to overcome all of his current issues. But now he's got it out in the open world and in front of everyone's eyes to see, and the media now, and there's nothing they can say. He said what he said, and he's gave his reasons, and he's spoken about future potential headlines because of this, and then how the next few weeks are going to look. So he's answered everything, and he showed his attitude towards it. So people can easily forget things, and you just have to go back to that video, and that's Dele Alli. That's what you get from him, and he's showing his true, authentic self. And listen, I can only praise him for that. I think such a brave, courageous thing to do. So I think in the past few years we've all thought, there is something up. He's had something happen to him. Maybe his lifestyle isn't the way it is, and we've seen it from other celebrities who take their own life and whatnot. So yeah, it's such a big deal that he said this, and the main thing is now he's happy, he's progressing in whatever he's doing to mentally put himself in a better place. And listen, if he starts performing for Everton now, if he starts, I'll be made up for us, made up for football in general, that you've got another starlet player, an English player, playing unbelievable football and producing great moments, but also I'll be just mostly just made up for him. And yeah, let's just hope we get, we don't know what the future holds in the next few weeks. He's injured, or he's come out of injury, but he's trying to get fit again, match fit. And that'll be a few weeks, and then we'll see what happens then. Obviously, it gets closer to the season starting, and you obviously will need to play a game at least or two to before he starts settling into the first, into the first team. If he does make it that far, he could easily get sent out on loan or sold. He's got a year left on his contract, and obviously with the money obligations and this and this and that, obviously the 40 million price tag, obviously he's got to have to perform at his highest level to be worth that much, and for us to pay that much. So in a sense, it's a win-win situation for all parties, no matter what. He could get the move of his life and perform unbelievable, or he could stay at us and perform unbelievable, which obviously helps my club, which is great. But yeah, the main thing is for him to just be happy, and him to be enjoying his football again, which has saved his life, essentially. So yeah, that's just thought I wanted to say that at the end. Very moving, but also yeah, just I said another positive for the club, and also for football as well. So yeah, right, I'll do another video whenever we announce a new signing, or more concrete evidence on the likes of Sky Sports News or other various sources that I trust. And yeah, I'll bring it to you, and then obviously we can start talking about pre-season games. And I was trying to go to a pre-season game, but tickets are sold out. tried to go to the Wigan one. He said you have to be a Wigan supporter. You can't be, you know what I mean. You can't be an opposition a fan. You have to buy the tickets through Everton, and obviously I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to just turn up in the home section like it's unfair on the Wigan fans who want to see the game. I think it's Wigan. Uh, yeah, the Bolton one sold out, and yeah, I just wanted to go to an away one. And then on the same day, I didn't even realise it was Tranmere against an Everton 11, like X1. So it's probably just a bunch of youngsters on the actual same day as the I think it's the Wigan match. So yeah, it's annoying, it sucks, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'll try and go to an away game this season. I think that's one of the objectives I want to complete. Um, but we'll see. Right. Anyway, I'll see you all soon. Hopefully this week, and then we'll go back into doing a lot of videos per weekend. Like I said, I'll just keep an open eye of other things going on, and hopefully progress this channel to be even better than it was last season. And hopefully in Everton in general, we have a better season than last season and the season before. So yeah, I'll see you all soon. Have a nice Thursday afternoon, and yeah, see you soon.